Okay. Morning, John.
Hey, Dennis, let's go fly.
Let's go fly.
It's a beautiful day. We've got our weather requirements met. So I've always got some gear. I've always got too much gear. I'm kind of a geek when it comes to having everything I want to go fly.
What are you carrying there?
Oh, everything. And I'm not even going to take all of that in the airplane, I don't think. But I've got a spare radio, and I've got a headset for you. I've even got sort of more emergency gear and stuff like that.
Great.
Okay, we're going to move this car in a little bit, but here's the hangar, Echo 4, the Taylor. Previous residents put some stickers up. I decided I'd put my own. That was a squadron I was commander of back in the day. Okay, so I got to step in here to get the... Okay, what I'm going to do is close the door and unlock everything and then motor this thing up. Very slow, too. All the way around and clear outside. Sometimes I nervously will stand near the switch to make sure it stops.
So what is the history of this little airplane? How did you fall in love with it?
Well, it's the same type I trained on many years ago and soloed in when I was 16. I was in general aviation. I've flown Cessna aircraft, and I like them. I'm partial. So when it came time to think about buying an airplane, it was kind of natural to buy a frugal airplane like a Cessna 150. And so about almost 4 years ago, I guess, I found this one here. And it's the last of the 150s built in 1977, before they went to the 152 model and then discontinued altogether. But it's the second most produced general aviation airplane in the world, I think. Over 20,000 were built. And, good, reliable, lots of parts, works well.
So what do you look for in the pre-flight?
Yeah, well, there's a certain order to follow and all that, but I'll often just deviate it for convenience. And kind of an old habit of where I had to rely on other people for fuel and oil and other things. I check fluids first sometimes. Mm-hmm. But we're going to check the general condition all the way around. And I guess fuel and oil are probably the most critical of those things anyway. So even before I do anything in here, before I do that though, we usually do the interior portion of the pre-flight. I've got a checklist checklists are good. But, I kind of have a flow of looking around the cockpit. Everything's about the way I want it to be. Things are powered off right now for start, and nothing is actuated unintentionally. Okay. So throughout the time today, watch your head and notice how low the clearance is.
Nice.
And it's going to be even lower in a moment when I'm going to put the flaps down just a little bit so that in my walk around I check inside there. So battery's on and related things are correct. A little beacon on the tail is working.
Now, what are you doing now, John? It's so,
We drain
is-
a sample of fuel out of there to check that it's the right kind of fuel. There's no water contaminants inside of it. And then I return it to the tank rather than throw it on the ground.
and you can tell that by the color of it, John?
Yeah, blue is 100 octane. And then I've got a dipstick. We've got 9 gallons there. And I can look around up here, and the cap is on here. I'm gonna go check the other side. About 8.5 there, so we've got more than 17 gallons, which is more than 3 hours. I always allow an hour reserve, more than enough. But they're not full. I'll often top it off at the end of a flight, but I didn't do that last time, and which is fine. I'll go check the oil next. I'm gonna put this stuff away. Watch.
Oil is the grace of an engine,
It's
isn't
the
it?
lifeblood. And I keep it near the minimum for flight because otherwise it just blows it out. We're good at the minimum. I'm going to add just a little bit. Let's see how much is in there. I don't need all of that though. Now there's a fuel strainer drain to pull there, but I don't want to dump fuel in the hangar, so after I pull the airplane out, I'll try to remember to do that. And looking around, it all looks good in there. I'll be back in there, but I want to button it up anyway. Check all that.
In your walk around, that's just to see the skin strength, I mean the skin continuity, everything.
Yeah, because it's my airplane and I hangar it, it is so unlikely I would ever discover anything. But I'll check general condition, rivets, fasteners, nothing's fallen off.
Cotter
Nothing's
keys.
bent, nobody's run into it, nothing's falling off, everything's connected. Flight controls in particular, how are those connections and their freedom of movement. But it is a benefit of owning your own plane is to have it so that pretty well trust it's the way you left it. Look at the brakes, tire condition, inflation, fasteners on the flaps and the track looks good. Ailerons, all good. Nav light, wingtip, no new dents in the airplane, strut. The nose strut, steering, shimmy lugs, wires, prop, security, nicks, landing light, air filter, tires, exhaust. Static port, cooling air, pitot tube, clear, fuel strainer's clear, stall warning is clear, leading edges are good, nav light, and then the same things over here, little weights on the aileron, flap, brakes, hose. That's most of the exterior. So I can start, you know, the military would probably call it building your nest in the airplane. What do I want to put in there and where before we get in the airplane, which will be out here on the ramp.
Building your nest. That's a great term. I'd never heard that.
I'll plug it in advance and set it up on the glare shield. But you just move this around. You can adjust the volume on your left ear. I'll put it in sort of a medium position. And hopefully it'll be adjusted okay otherwise. But we can move things, we can change it. Take the time, get it right. You'll let me know if you're ever uncomfortable in flight, you don't feel so good. There is a 6-sack in the little glove box there if we ever needed that. Somewhere in there. Okay?
You bet.
So, when it comes time to get in, you'll want to have this out of the way.
All right.
I will usually keep my headset off until after I start the engine and I hear it, and I like the sounds and all that. No big hurry, because, you know, once we have
Are
power.
you I mean, do you tactile? Are you able to hear if something just isn't just
Yeah.
quite right, or feel it, or I mean, do you
Yeah,
use all
you
your
wanna-
senses, right?
You want use all your senses to get a good feeling the airplane is wanting to go fly today.
Yeah.
I turned this on just out of habit. This is my spare radio. Maybe I'll turn it off, but keep it in the back here. And if we wanted to have it, you could get it for me here.
Sure.
Or we'd have it there. Okay, put that there. This is going to be your seat belt.
That's a lot of room back there.
It's a lot of volume. You could carry theoretically 120 pounds, but you and I and the fuel load and all that will gross the airplane.
Thank you.
You know. I'll see what I want out of this bag.
I'm 226.
We'll be near gross weight. My iPad goes on the yoke here. This is for navigation. This is our chart, all kinds of things. I won't turn it on until later. Get going here, but I even save a few pounds. Obviously, I might leave this bag behind because do I need all this stuff? You need a snack before we fly? No, you're okay. Well, make sure you're comfortable. You've
Thank you.
had enough to eat.
Just the restroom before we
Water.
leave. We'll be
Okay.
in great shape.
I'll leave this bag behind then. And this Cessna 150 has been modified. I wouldn't choose to do that, but that's the way it was when I bought it. Somebody in the life of the airplane decided to invest a little money to put a short takeoff and land, a STOL, features to the airplane. So it has slightly drooped wingtips and it has a new leading edge actually. This a lot of people wouldn't notice because it's not dramatic, but it's more rounded up here. And it also has, which is noticeable, is up above on each side it has a wing fence that keeps airflow at low speeds flowing better over the aileron right back there. And so it gives you at least 5 knots or more stall margin, and controllability is better at those low speeds. That would translate into a little shorter takeoff and landing distance as well. Pretty negligible, but somebody operated this on a ranch before here in Texas.
Could you tell that this airplane was taken care of? Could you, when you were looking to buy it, could you tell?
Yes and no. And I should have been wary that the interior was in really poor shape. I just had it renovated at some expense. And that plastic got in bad shape in particular because I think the airplane sat and in one of the southern states here, and some hot and nasty conditions maybe. And it took a toll on the plastic that is just the interior of the airplane. Not an airworthiness issue. It's been repainted once, about 20 years ago. The people here that work on it sort of know the airplane. I trust them, I like them, they're good old people, and they think it's been well enough cared for. The broker I bought it for is a good old guy too. So.
Excellent.
And it's a simple airplane, Cessna 150. So. Totally clear.
Yes.
Sound like Washington Redskins. You know, the lowest part of the fuel system catch any water. There shouldn't be any. There we go. Interior passenger brief. And no questions, huh?
No questions.
Okay. Circuit breakers are good. I'll check the brakes, and I do follow. You know, the one time I'll use the checklist, particularly, is all the steps before, during start and after start, before flight. It just seems like it's so simple, but checklists are good.
Absolutely.
Here's where a little airplane, a little person works real well. And me do the opposite. I go about full forward, go back a little bit, walk, brake pressure is good. Oh, you know what? Somebody my size was in here last. That would be me. Okay, I feel good and cozy, and I think we're ready to go. Seat track and back is locked. I think we're secure. The avionics are off, carb heat off, beacons on, mixture, go full rich, throttle slight. Warm weather we don't need to prime very much, but it needs a good shot, and I might give it 2. Colder weather, a little bit more. We're spoiled in Texas here, we don't have to do cold weather stuff. Prime. Okay, I'm going to hold the brakes. I'm going to yell clear prop, right? And look around, nobody's in the way. And we want to check oil pressure right off the bat, 30 seconds. It'll take about a little while to come up, but 30 seconds it should come up. Okay. Clear prop. Battery, master on. I checked some things for that. We're clear. Idle over 1,000 is good. It'll idle down to 700, but I don't like that as well. Turn the radios on. Check this out. Okay, so we are started and the picture's good. Pictures are good. Pre-taxi. Seatbelts and harnesses. I think they're both good. Flaps are up. We've got
lots of folks provide weather and traffic. So, the field's about 6 inches behind. I'll take the bait stacks in now, we should check in curves, and then just line of sight is totally.
Gyro.
The gyro? I don't hear.
What does that mean, set gyro?
Oh, well, the EG, the directional gyro here, is the gyroscopic instrument, unlike the magnetic compass. So it will precess, or it will, when you start up, you have the lamps heading on or shut down. And so I set that. We're checking also suction here because
magnetos, right?
Yeah, left and right.
It's all coming back to me, John.
I didn't realize how like this. You'll know though if I need control authority, actually don't need very much. I mean, fly. Much of the jets in particular, even bigger. Some, even if you might get so if I need a lot of control authority, it's something I would work with.
Oh yeah.
The wildflowers out here particularly are not bad. Obviously, it's half season. To be honest, I said I'd like to subject this one taxi, but you know, we all need just pay attention to taxiing while you're taxiing.
Thank you.
Critical phase of flight. So we should, take some no pressure on this. do everything on the checklist? I think so. Oil pressure and temperature are okay. I don't mind a low oil temperature. It's what I want. So that part's done. Take off. The flaps are up. Which carburet's off. You don't need. You got doors and windows closed. Latch. Transformer stuff. 100. Landing light. We're going to leave that on the whole flight. I don't have springs. Time, brakes, and so forth. Now, as a review, if there's something on the runway we don't like for takeoff, like we're off the line, if we get airborne, I have to remove the piston, like to fly, and whatever's left. And then if we get airborne, and whatever, 60 knots, look for a place straight ahead. If we've got a little more altitude, I might go off a little bit to right, left to right. I'm not going to stall the airplane, I'm just going to land wherever we're at. Up to about 1,000 feet, I might turn back. Back. But 60 knots is the right speed. I'll talk through some of the things that will take off as well. And a couple acronyms too. One is light scan reaction. We got like that one. Yeah. Our lights are on. The camera has the transponder. The action is a couple of things maybe. Or tilt time. Getting off at 45, 46 after. Instruments are good. There's no lights. And good. I think we're good. I think our checklist is complete. Any questions before we Okay, well, I don't see any traffic around here. Anybody on the radio? I don't like it here just because it's working. And this has right-hand traffic, so here.
it's like making sure that I never point a loaded or an unloaded gun toward anyone.
Right.
It's just my rule.
Right. This thing likes to retract. Hey there.
All right.
Then I'll position the stand. Some days more than others you kill a lot of bugs, but today the bugs are avoiding us. I clean the windscreen off and leading edges.
Does this aircraft does every aircraft have its own personality and its own, you know, you get a sense of it as a...
Well, you might say yes, but they made so many of these, I think that, you know, not too different really. Got a real small oil leak that defies the mechanics and myself as to what's going on. Kind of funny. It's annoying because it makes the belly dirty. And then it'll be a little bit of a static leak over here. But that's the normal cleaning I do at Finn's. When I tie it down in this brown bag, I have a cover for the cabin, and I wrestle that thing around. So my plastic should look close to new. Concern that passengers might worry about the general airworthiness of the plane because it looks so poor in the interior. But you can imagine that it's just superficial stuff.
Yeah.
And anything, it's tricky to,